rebound the basketball, which we struggled with coming back from Maui. We worked on it a lot. I thought these guys did a really good job of addressing that. I thought we shared the ball extremely well, 16 assists on 25 field goals. I think everybody that came into the game gave us some contributions. I thought Quadre Copeland, even though his stat line wasn't as big, but I thought he had a really good impact on the game. I thought he came in, he gave us some energy, he made some extra passes, he drove to the basket. It was a big drive as well. But he was really good. Malik Brown, doing Malik Brown things. I just thought overall this was the best team victory we've had so far this year.
Adrian, where does Judah's performance tonight rank in your eyes?
Well, it's the best for now. Now, it's the best that I've seen since I've been here, since his 2 years. This is by far his best game. I thought he really kept us in the first half, getting to the foul line, staying attacking, staying aggressive. I thought defensively today was one of his better solid days where he didn't gamble. He kept people in front. And when he does that, he just kind of sets the tone for our defense. But I just thought he was really good today.
Coach, Chris Bell turned it on in the second half. You said during Hawaii that you need him to connect from long range. What flipped the switch for him going into that second half?
I thought we did a good job of getting us some shots. I thought our defense kind of spearheaded that when we got out in transition. I think we made some great extra passes. JT gave up one, gave it back. Quadre had one. I just thought we really shared the ball, and the ball found him. And I always tell Chris, when you have that energy and you're getting out and running, the energy, the ball finds the energy. And I thought we did a good job of finding him. And again, he's an elite shooter. If he gets those open looks, most of the time he's going to make them.
Coach, you mentioned Quadre Copeland, and it seems like every single time he comes into a game, there is that spark of energy, or you guys go on a run. How crucial is that for your team to have a guy like that coming off the bench?
I think every team, wants a guy that can bring energy. When you talk about any type of team sport, energy is a common word, and when you got a guy that can naturally do it, him and Malik Brown. And we getting Benny there. I really like to think we got two units, so to speak. And again, I think when you have a guy like Quadre that can he's so versatile. He can guard 1 through 4. And then offensively, he can get past, he can get in the lane, he can make passes. So it's important to have a guy like that.
Coach, in the first half, 12 offensive rebounds for LSU. Second half, I think 1, maybe 2. What changed defensively to make?
Well, I think in the first half, that one guy, I think Jalen Reed in particular, I think he might have got 3 or 4 in one possession. So that kind of ballooned it up. But he was the one guy that got to the glass. I thought the second half, again, our defense was good. So they missed a lot of shots, and they took a lot of perimeter shots. So I think they were spread out. So I think we were able to get the rebounds a little easier.
Red, their big guy had a tough night. What factor did both Naheem and Malik play in that?
I thought Naheem was physical with him. I thought he didn't give him any angles, anything. He made him work for everything, and he stayed down. And Naheem's pretty big, so I thought that was the first opponent he might have seen with that size. But I thought Naheem did a really good job of staying in front of him, not giving him angles, and making him work for everything. And I thought Malik, used his quickness, got around, fronted him. We had really good ball pressure, so it was hard for them to get the ball inside. And that was something that we wanted to do, is make it hard for him, because he's a really good offensive player, and he's a big part of what they want to do. So I thought both of those guys did a phenomenal job tonight.
Coach, what kind of progress did you see Naheem making game to game?
I think he's getting more comfortable with what we need him to do, and we actually need him to do a little bit more. And I think it's taking some time, and obviously I think his teammates are starting to recognize that as well, as what he can do. And how valuable he is for us, and I think he can score. So I still think we got to try to give him the ball a little bit more. But defensively, when we're out there and we're pressuring and we're running people off the line, he has to be there. And I thought he did a good job of that today.
Adrian, how much do you think Judah's ability to drive the ball in the first half opened up your offense in the second half and got you some more pretty open perimeter looks?
I think it backed their defense back. In the beginning of the game, they were out. They were really aggressive, but once they got into the foul trouble, he got a couple of those guys into foul trouble. It just backed those guys up, and we kept attacking.
What makes
What's him so good at drawing contact?
You know, he has a great ability to change direction at the drop of a dime. He can move his body. He can contort and do all these things and hang, but he's just a crafty guy. You know, I haven't seen a lot of guys that can move like that. You know, he just kind of like, remember like when Barry Sanders and, you know, with the Detroit Lions, he can go really, really fast and stop and accelerate and go. So he has just great control of his body.
Adrian, what was the team's recovery process after traveling last week coming into tonight?
Well, they were a little mad at me. We had to once we got back, we had a day off, and then we tried to keep these guys up and get back to this time. So we practiced a couple of times, at 6:30, 7 o'clock, just to kind of get them back into the rhythm. So we just tried to get back to Eastern Standard Time as much as possible.
How does the stretch of games like you just played that you mentioned, the 2 in Hawaii that were double-digit losses, might be able to get this team down a little bit, but it didn't seem that way tonight. How did that help you preparing ACC?
I think it helped me send a message to what I was preaching. And again, I thought those 2 games, the way we played today, I would say we got the message of what we need to do to compete with really, really good teams. And that's defending. And I thought our defense was phenomenal today and rebounding the basketball. And I thought that was the biggest difference in those games out in, coming from Maui. I thought we competed for 25, 30 minutes, and then we just had that lull where, the game got broken open by our offensive rebound and throwing back out to a 3. So we lost, that kind of separated that Tennessee and Gonzaga game. So I thought we learned from that, and we really responded today.
On that, LSU turned the ball over 19 times. What do you think sparked that great defensive effort?
I think we're a really good defensive team. I think, we have speed, we have quickness, we can change, we can switch when we want to. We try not to, but I think I think our defense has something to do with that. Speeding them up, picking them up, chasing them hard off the screens, making every catch pretty hard and contesting shots.
Well, like JJ did. What was his problem?
He didn't have any problem. I think, it's unrealistic to think that, out of 30 games that, you're going to play perfect 30 games. Today he just didn't have it going. I thought he still played a good floor game. I thought he finished up with a nice pass to Benny for an assist, and he got to the line and made a free throw, and that's what we'll build on. But you're not going to play great every game. That's just not the way it is. But I thought, he stayed with it. He battled through it. And, this game is over with. We won, and we'll get prepared for the next one.
Do you have any thoughts on new football coach, Graham Brown?
I don't know him. I want to congratulate him. I've heard nothing but great things about him. I look forward to meeting him. And I also wanted to shout out the football team from going to a bowl game, so I'm excited about that. But I'm excited to meet him and get a chance to spend some time with him.
So, follow me for a second. You coached Paul VI, 2007. Yeah. He coached there in 2010. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, I was gone by then. Yeah. Once I went down to Blacksburg, I was done. Yes.
One more question. Adrian, back for tonight. Chris Bell, 20 points now in 2 games this season. None last season. What's the big difference from year 1 to year 2 for him?
I think he's grown. He's gotten better. Typically, that's what you expect to see from year to year, improvement, and he's worked hard. And obviously, being more comfortable with the college game and the way our team is set up, he's a big part of it. And he works hard every day. He continues to get better. He's starting to be a really good defender for us. And he's starting to mix it up a little bit more. Rebounding, but offensively, he's just more confident and he's stronger and he's putting the ball on the floor a lot better than he did last year.
Syracuse locker will be open.
Thank you.